Welcome to the first in a series of making a Stratocaster Variax hybrid. What you're looking at right now is my guitar. We've got some work done to it, which is we've cut out the cavity for all the variax parts, and we've done a little bit of work on the here. We're going to put up what they use like for the Jeff Beck guitar. It's a bit of a rollover for the left hand, but that's pretty normal. This is not normal. So I'm going to take my back plate here, put it over here, and you can see this is the routing. Now if we go over and look at the donor guitar, which is a Variax 700, you'll see that there's 1, 2, 3 posts that are lined up to exactly match the holes in the Variax's motherboard. There's also on this guitar a cavity for the battery pack, which I'm not going to use on mine because I really don't plan on using it as a Variax without the floor adapter. So this is the original Variax's back plate, and here's mine. As you can see, they're pretty similar. What I did is, in order to make this, the first step was to put this back here, was I made this out of MDF. This is a mock-up of the back plate, which fits here. We basically went with the idea that there's already holes here and holes here, so as to not make small amounts of wood present that don't need to be there. We sort of lined it up here and here. That was the design. And carved this out and stuck pickguard material onto here, and sorry, I keep forgetting that I'm filming myself. Put the pickguard material on top of here, and using a router bit with a roller, traced it out and made the back plate. So then I got another piece of MDF, and like so. There's my next template. Put this sucker right on top of the other piece of MDF and traced it out and said, okay, this is going to match up with this, sort of. So we put this here. Now it didn't have this Bondo in here. So we used that to create the lip, which is this right here. Now I undercut it a bit with the router. I used this very small router in a jig. It's actually a Dremel tool, the jig, because I was getting very close to the side of the guitar, and I didn't want to go too close, so I wanted to do this by hand. In fact, I ended up cutting the pickguard a little bit smaller with the sandpaper, so I didn't want to go any smaller than this, because we're running out of room. Anyway, so when I filled in the template after I cut the lip, I put in with Bondo this, and this, and so that way I had my indentations for the screws, the indentation for the which was actually below, for the post and the other post. Now this presented a separate problem. I didn't anticipate this. I didn't measure this correctly. So because I wanted to use the front jack. The whole idea of this guitar was to make it look like a Stratocaster, with a humbucker in the bridge position and only 3 knobs. To make it appear like it was a stock Stratocaster as much as possible. But because of this post, I had to fill that in with some MDF and a little bit of filler, and you can never knew it was there. So I had to take some flat dowels and create like a 1, 2, and 3 all the way to the top, and nice and glued, nice and solid. And then I brought that down to the right height to match this one and to match that one, and voila, these are going to hold up the motherboard for the variax. So I also had to add a little bit of wood right there because I neglected to put a thing for the screw to hold the back plate down. But that's just another piece of wood, actual wood, not filler. But there's a little bit of filler on the outside here to make it look nice. So, but that's not structural. The structural is right here, and there's a little bit of filler here because I brought this area down a bit so that to make sure we got enough accommodation for all the parts coming off the motherboard. So the next part of work is we're going to put in right about there a jack. We're going to put a single jack. We're not going to put a jack in like they had in the line 6, which is this monstrous hole. I don't want to have big giant monstrous hole. I just want to put the standard 1/4-inch Les Paul type jack, and then I'm going to put the RJ45 connector somewhere embedded in the back plate here somewhere. We're going to put it somewhere around here, not here because that's where the motherboard is, but somewhere along here. We're going to try to separate these two and stick that RJ45 into a crevice right there, and that's one of our jobs we got to do. Now the other thing we're going to also do is we're going to have a flame, not a flame, I always wish it was a flame, it's too expensive, curly maple. So they're going to have a curly maple top. It's going to be nice and snug on top of the guitar. And we're not going to do binding, we're just going to, I think we're either going to do a very, very dark stain or paint the back black, which I think we're going to end up painting it black because of this is not the best looking piece of wood for doing a stain. So we're going to paint it black. This is the idea. And we're going to stain the top around here with a very dark stain that wraps into the black, and then we're going to have a sort of a amber. So it's sort of that tobacco finish. We're not going to do 3. We're not going to do tobacco to red to black. We're just going to do tobacco to a very dark brown and then to the black. And that's pretty much it for now. So in a week or so, we're going to have another video showing us, showing you the putting in the jack and possibly starting to work on the top. So till then, it's over and out.